will show you the entire scene from Bruce Almighty starring Jim Carrey that filmed on Brownstone Street, and you'll be able to see exactly how they made it come to life for that film.
Race the dog! In the shower!
So you can see by adding the proper signs, set decorations, like the trees and light posts that they have, cars, and of course the other actors, they can make it look like in a movie that it's a real working road. But when you see it in real life, you can see, well, it's not.
Oh, you're done now. B-E-A-U.
And as we pass on by Brownstone Street, we're going to take you into an area that we call Courthouse Square. This next area was the fictional town of Grandview while the show Ghost Whisperer while it was on the air. But also shows like Parenthood and Desperate Housewives have filmed here numerous times, as well as all of these scenes that you may recognize some. This area might most recognizably be known as being Hill Valley from all of the Back to the Future films. The City Hall building on your left-hand side of the square was the clock tower for all of those movies.
It was actually the back lot of Courthouse Square that inspired the entire climax to Back to the Future.
I had scenes up at the clock tower on that ledge. There was a ledge about that wide, and I was standing inside looking at the ledge, and I already had vertigo. I just thought, there's no way in the world, no way I'm going to stand all that. I was up there for quite a while. Of course, I had a cable.
And as we leave Courthouse Square, we're going to take you onto New York Street. As we make the turn on the left-hand side, will be a Macy's building and a very fancy hotel. But to the right, we're going to take you through a Broadway theater district. There will be a New York Times building, which will be further down the road on the right, which will be the blue glass and steel structure set that you will see, as well as many others that make this road come to life as New York for film and television. Our co-host is a man who knows all about the real New York City because that is where he filmed his late-night talk show. So let's turn it over to Jimmy so you can tell us a little bit more about our very own New York Street.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there by an old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool guys. I was just, just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere, even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Many productions have filmed in our Metro sets over the years. In fact, yesterday Samsung was on the street filming a commercial. But as you can see, different pictures on your screens of different productions from way back also until recent times. But some of the most recent TV shows to film on our Metro sets, or in our Metro sets rather, include shows like NCIS and Chuck, also movies like Captain America, The First Avenger, and The Amazing Spider-Man. In fact, when The Amazing Spider-Man was here filming, they actually covered all of these buildings that you see around you with giant green screens and then projected CGI onto it, which stands for computer-generated imagery. So they used computers to help make the buildings look exactly like they wanted to, and they could show Spider-Man flying around them. But an interesting fact about these sets that you see off either side of the tram is they are not real. They are what we call facades, which is a term that means a false front. These are basically fake buildings. It's only the front and the sides giving you the illusion that they are like a real building, when in fact on the inside it's nothing more than the support structure holding them upright. On your screens are different examples of facades located throughout our back lot that gives you an idea of what is on the other side of these walls. So if you're using these buildings and you film the actor walking through the front door, you'll have to stop tape, move your production to our front lot where you have built the inside set of what this building would look like in one of our sound stages, and then you would film the inside portion of your film or TV show in our sound stage. And as I mentioned, when The Amazing Spider-Man was here, they covered all these buildings up with green screens, but we've actually had some productions that have come and built completely different buildings right in front of these ones. That way they can use them however they need to. If they need to destroy them a little bit or alter them in any way, our buildings will already be here and stay here. But it still gives you the city feel with all of the tall buildings and all of the streets around you. So that's where the art department comes into play for different productions. They're very important because it can make any world come to life that the director calls for. Not all of these that you will see on your screen took place here in our Metro sets, but when you see the footage from the movie Changeling with Angelina Jolie, that did film here in our Metro sets. So you can see how they altered it. As we exit our Metro sets, believe it or not, Mr. Steven Spielberg was actually the creative mind behind all of those New York street sets that we just went by. And he is just one of the many talented directors that has worked with Universal over the years. Another man we worked with very closely over the past few years, especially here on the backlot, is director Sir Peter Jackson.
It's the original Kingkong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I like films that just take you away from real life and sweep you up in adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to start. That's great.
Yeah.